playing against the British and Irish Lions is rare, and playing for them is even rarer. Throughout rugby history, only a select few have done both. Here are some of their stories. James Lowe. James Lowe was born in Nelson, New Zealand in 1992. He started his rugby career at his local province Tasman in 2012, aged 20, before making his Super Rugby debut for the Chiefs in 2014. He played 43 times for the Chiefs before in 2017 he made a move that would change his life forever. Lowe signed for Leinster in Ireland, and it didn't take long for his new fans to fall in love with the winger, having scored 66 tries in his 91 appearances for the province. After 3 years, he qualified for Ireland on residency, scoring a try in the Autumn Nations Cup against Wales in his first cap in the final minute. He helped Ireland to a Grand Slam in 2023 and won the Six Nations again in 2024. And it's now culminated in the finest honour a British or Irish player can receive, a call-up to the Lions, making his first appearance in a 43-7 win over Western Force in Perth in the current tour. But this wasn't his first introduction to the side. In 2017, he represented his homeland when he played for the Maori All Blacks against the Lions, losing 32-10 on the night. Elliot Daly. Elliot Daly was born in Derby, England. He gets a bit of a bad rap these days, and to be honest, kind of always has. But in his time, he's won 3 Six Nations, including a Grand Slam, a Premiership title, and received 5 British and Irish Lions caps, proving his talent to everyone. He made his professional debut for Wasps in 2010, when he was just 18 years old, and made his international debut against Ireland for England in the 2016 Six Nations, replacing Owen Farrell at 12, which somewhat highlights a big part of his success, his versatility. He's been regularly played at 12, 13, fullback, on the wing, and even at fly half at points too. I wouldn't be shocked if someone showed me a clip of him and trying to show Dan Cole how to scrum at this point. He got called up for the Lions for the first time in 2017, pulling on the red jersey against the Highlanders, and actually played against his now teammate James Lowe in the game against the Maori All Blacks. He played in all 3 tests and was called up again in 2021, where he played in 2 of the tests, and has been rewarded for good form this season, and I'm sure his versatility helped him by being called up for the tour once again to Australia. He unfortunately broke his arm against the Reds and was replaced in the squad by Owen Farrell. But when did he play against the Lions? He's an Englishman with over 70 caps for his country. When would he have played against them? Well, in 2013, the Lions played against the Barbarians in Hong Kong before going to Australia, with Elliot Daly lining up against them at 13. He joined an even smaller group within this group, as he has also both scored for and against the Lions too. Jared Payne and James Hook also played in this match and went on to represent the Lions in their careers too. Ricky Flutey. Ricky Flutey was born in Wairarapa, New Zealand in 1980. He came through at Wellington, making his debut in 1999 and made his debut for the Hurricanes in the Super 12 in 2002. But he only played 5 times for the Hurricanes in the 2005 Super 12 before his first encounter with the Lions, when they played Wellington on the 15th of June during the disastrous 2005 tour. That would be his last game for Wellington, signing for London Irish shortly after, and 3 years later he became eligible to play for England and made his debut against the Pacific Islanders, a combined team comprised of Tongan, Fijian, and Samoan players in November of 2008. In 2009, while playing for French side Brive, he was called up to represent the Lions and played in the final test against the Springboks, which the Lions won 28-9 but already lost the series. He became the first player to play for and against the Lions since 1977. Speaking of which, JPR Williams. JPR Williams wasn't just good at rugby, he was also a promising tennis player in his younger years too, winning the junior title at the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club in 1966, and playing in the first ever event in the open era of tennis in Bournemouth in 1968. After this, he chose to focus more on rugby union, as his amateur nature allowed him to pursue a career in medicine at the same time. He quickly attracted interest and made his first cap for Wales in 1969, who he would play for another 54 times over the next 12 years. In that time, he would win 3 Grand Slams and can boast to have never lost to England in the 10 matches he played against them. In 1971, he went on his first Lions tour to New Zealand, scoring an important long-range drop goal in the 4th test, giving the Lions their first and only series win in New Zealand. He once again toured with the Lions in 1974, where he would make quite the name for himself during the team's use of the infamous 99 call. This was his last tour, as he chose not to go in 1977 to focus on his medical career. However, he did have an involvement with the Lions that year, when he played against them for the Barbarians at Twickenham. It was dubbed the first official home match for the Lions, having previously played unofficial matches in the 50s against Cardiff and Wales. The game happened after the tour had ended in September, and was for a charity fundraiser where they raised over £100,000. The Lions won 23-14. Throughout his career in senior rugby, Williams has scored both a 3-point try and a 4-point try. And considering his career spanned 36 years, from 1967 to 2003, there's a decent chance he could have scored a 5-point try too. But I can't find any evidence to back that up. But if he did, I can't imagine there's many players who could claim that. JPR Williams sadly passed away in January of 2024, aged 74. Tom Reid. Tom Reid was born in Limerick in 1926 and played for Garryowen Football Club and London Irish. He earned his first cap for Ireland in 1953, getting 13 caps over the next 3 years, with his older brother Patrick also playing 4 times for Ireland in the 40s. In 1955, he went on his only Lions tour to South Africa, where he made 2 test appearances. He interestingly played in a combined Ireland and Scotland team against a combined England and Wales team in 1956 to celebrate the opening of the Upper West Stand at Lansdowne Road, which seems to be something that happens not unoften, as the same was done to celebrate the 50th anniversary of Twickenham's opening a few years later. In 1957, he would tour with the Barbarians to Canada, where he decided to emigrate to after the tour, and in 1959 represented the East Canada team who played the British and Irish Lions in a match while on their return home from New Zealand and Australia. He was potentially the first person to play for and against the Lions in an official match, if you discount the unofficial games they played against Cardiff and Wales in 1951 and 55 respectively. He died in Montreal in 1996, aged 70. If you want to know more about the older Lions tours, like the ones Reid took part in, well, you can check this video out here about the entire history of the British and Irish Lions. Thanks for watching.